Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to the Golden Shoe.
My golden shoe.
Yo,
Yo.
yo, let me start with saying Guti. How you doing, dog?
I'm doing really good, man. We got a great player today announced. So
When you say we, what
like
do what do you mean by we?
Lewis and I.
We as a fan base.
Ooh, talking about Lewis, yo!
Yo,
Lewis's Ortiz, the mall cop,
good
Mr.
dog.
Lewis, the one that we talk about a lot here in the show,
Always support it,
debuting
baby.
for the Golden Shoe. How you doing, Lewis? Welcome to the Golden Shoe. How you
Thanks
doing?
for having me, bro. I know Skip Bayless hit me up. He was like, "Hey, man, can you come in tonight?" I was like, "Nah, I'm doing a golden shoe." So
Nice. I
yeah,
like that. I like that. Yo, we have a lot to talk about. I'm kind of glad. Oh, look who's here. The false.
yo,
I was gonna say
you should have
something
Kevin on
so
here one day,
silly.
dog.
Yo, he doesn't have the balls to come on.
Damn, that's crazy.
I told him plenty of times, but what can I do? I
It's,
can I
it's
can't make him.
he's babysitting.
Oh,
Have Mateo on, bro. He probably knows more already.
no doubt, no cap. Oh man, gentlemen, let's start strong, right? Because obviously we have, we're gonna talk about some signings. We're gonna talk about some maybe, people, some players coming out to new teams and stuff like that. We're gonna have a cool show. Gentlemen, first question, right? Let's go with the question that is the name of the show today. Mbappe to Real Madrid. Guti, you want to give in some content about it, some context?
You know what? I don't see it happening.
Neither do
Ooh,
I.
I
Not
don't,
this summer.
I don't
what?
see it. I don't see it happening unless, of course, they drop the bag. It has to be what? How much are we talking in terms of signing him this summer?
I don't know, bro. Maybe like 200, 220.
Like, how much is he really worth, and how much is PSG going to try to milk out of any team that's trying to bid?
I mean, I don't think PSG has like a position to milk as much or to request as much
They
because
don't. They don't.
you could
Yeah.
just stay and leave next year for free. So
Louis,
I
so you're
think
so you're saying it, right? Because
because I think wasn't it like a update where they want 150 million for him?
not really enough. It was just more of like
That would be kind of
they
like
thought about that.
in today's market, that would pretty much be a pretty good bargain for a player
I
like
think so.
Mbappe.
150 million for him?
150 for Mbappe?
I
Hell
mean,
no.
I think so. How much was Dembele? Like 6, 7 years ago? Was he 180?
130.
And that was even, pushing it.
That was a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dortmund milked Barcelona out because Dortmund
And
knew
then
Barcelona had money.
Griezmann too. Griezmann was like what 120?
120, I believe. Yeah.
You get 30 million more, you get Mbappe.
Louis, you want to get your door, bro?
That's not me.
He ain't me either. I think.
I'm by
That's not me.
myself.
All right. So listen on, right? So
That's not me.
someone's up there. Guti, is that what you're saying? Someone's up there?
Up where? In your house? I don't know. Somebody might be by the piano or something. I don't know.
For real.
Shit. All right. So Kylian
It's a
Mbappe.
real thing.
Yo, so more news came out on this Kylian Mbappe. So check this out, y'all. So Kylian Mbappe, when he re-signed with PSG last year, he came out with the 2025 picture. You guys all remember that one, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, that was a lie because the contract was 2024 plus one. So yo, listen to this. Kylian Mbappe signed in like late July, late or like early August, one of the two, right? What the is that, anyways? And yo, apparently he just let PSG know like in October that he wasn't going to do that extra year.
Right.
That's crazy. Just like a few months after he resigned, right?
But
So
I heard that was like in-house, and then recently he sent a letter to the media. Is that true?
I don't know, but Rios is saying that you're nervous.
Nervous he's not here.
Ooh. All right, so yep. So Kylian Mbappe sent an email to PSG reminding them that he wasn't gonna sign for the extra contract. So PSG right now, as in like January 14th, 2023, they have two things to do, right?
Mhm.
They can either sell him this summer or let him go for free next summer. But we know that El Jeque, we know that the president is not gonna just let Mbappe leave for free. So you guys pretty much gave your response, right? But do you guys see a 220 offer, like a 200 million offer from Real Madrid to get him right now? Because Real Madrid does not have a superstar. They do not have a striker.
They just signed a superstar today though.
Come on, he's not
I
Bellingham.
want to say he's a superstar.
Bellingham's not a superstar.
I want to say a superstar. I think he's like up and coming star. I think
No,
he will be a superstar.
I think he's
You
gonna.
don't consider Vinicius a superstar?
Who?
Vinicius?
He's a star. I wouldn't
I
say
think he's a
superstar.
He is a
Nah,
superstar.
nah.
He's a superstar.
He's still missing a few things to be a superstar. Like for example,
What?
be a starter in his country, maybe.
I mean, Danny Alves was going to start in his country for a lot.
What?
Like back then, he wasn't a starter.
What do you mean? He started being a starter in like 2011, bro. What are you talking about?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. He benched Mike after 2010.
Yeah,
It was Danny Alves and Maicon who was killing it in Inter, and then it was Danny Alves for 10 years. What are you talking about?
And then you have Neymar, which is arguably one of the best Brazilian players of all time.
Oh, for sure. So Felipe Rios saying Mbappe is coming to Madrid this summer. So
And
Rios, what's the money? Like how much?
I think I would say 180 would do it. If they would
180?
like,
Yeah, I think 180 would do
if
it.
they would have put the 180 like right now, PSG would say yes.
I would go 180 also. I think 200 is a lot.
Yeah, I think 220. I mean, 200 is even is pushing it, but 220.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially when they can get him next year.
and like Lewis mentioned, PSG can't be greedy and ask for more when they're potentially can let him walk for free next season, and then they lose out on all that money. So.
So Rios is saying 200 plus add-ons. So we're talking about like 220, 230 with add-ons, bro. Because I'm sure PSG is gonna put a Ballon d'Or things. They're gonna put like a
Champions League thing,
like a Champions League, all that. That's just gonna go a lot. I don't know, gentlemen. I don't know if this is going to be the summer for Mbappe. But you guys as Real Madrid fans, don't you guys feel betrayed by Mbappe? Guti, you threw a lot of shade at Mbappe last summer. So don't freaking come and back up now from all the trash you talked about Mbappe last summer.
You gotta move on from the past.
Right. And to be honest, I mean,
what?
You know how much he was offered? Like that was a lot. Like he was offered 100 million just to sign on, plus his contract, plus all the little things he got, like to have plans in the future and all that. That's a lot. I mean,
are you talking about what PSG offered him?
Yeah, they offered him what? It was a $100 million signing contract plus image rights and all that. Plus he was what, like 19, 20 years old? I mean, again, I don't like it, but if I can get him now when he's even better, I'm okay with it.
No, I feel you.
I say 180 plus add-ons would do it.
So how do you feel?
180? Bro, I think Real Madrid is acting like that one girl that really misses the ex. Or it's like that. Real Madrid is like that girl that's like in love with a guy. He came, played with her, left her, and then it's like, damn, I kind of miss you. Let me come back to you.
Didn't Griezmann do that also?
And she's like, all right, how did Griezmann do it?
He was like he was gonna go to Barca, and then he was like, no, I'm gonna stay. Did a whole show to stay at Atletico, just to leave the following year.
Yeah, because he didn't want Atletico to not get any money for him.
I mean, I'd be hurt. Dude, the heck, that's upsetting. Did you? Made y'all spend 120?
I mean, that's why he was worth it. We're talking about one of the best players in the world at the moment.
Well,
I think he still is, but
he made you guys spend 120 to get him,
which was already packed. It was cool. I mean, it is what it is. I don't think it's similar. I don't think it's similar though. Maybe I'm overseeing it, but to me it's a little different because Griezmann never told the president of Barcelona that he was gonna go for free, but Mbappe did. And then Florentino came out. He did like a 2-hour show saying that, this is not my Mbappe anymore. They changed my Mbappe. This is not the kid. This is not the kid that I talked to a year ago that was gonna come. And you're like, the president came out in a 2-hour show to throw trash at Mbappe, and now he's gonna spend 200 million on him. Come on, bro, that's different.
Yeah, but I think didn't he say in the show also that the door's always open in the future?
Yeah.
I mean, doors are always gonna be open for top players like him.
He's like an exception though, because he's not just any player that would turn down Real Madrid and then not have a chance
Generational.
to join later on. You know, he's still young. He's about to pretty much be in his prime for the next
10 years?
5 to 10 years.
I would say 10 years. The way players are nowadays, 10 years.
Yo, if you guys are Mbappe right now, would you guys sign winning another World Cup but never winning the Champions League like Ronaldo el Fenomeno? Or would you guys or you guys feel like Mbappe needs a Champions League?
To be honest, it sounds crazy as hell, but if I was Mbappe right now, I'd rather win the Champions League.
Then the World Cup?
Well, win a few Champions League, yeah.
Well, he's already won the World Cup.
Won the World Cup.
It would be different.
In the World Cup
already, it would be different. Of course,
it would just, as him, like imagine going the next 10 years and never winning that, just being so close and that being the 10-year legacy, because he's won it all already.
So that, I mean, has won it all? Not really.
He's won a lot. He hasn't won it all, but I feel like winning the Ballon d'Or, winning the Champions League will set him up for a Ballon d'Or, set him up for just all these like future I guess.
And France is going to be a powerhouse for the next, couple of years as well. So he's always going to have that chance to win the World Cup with France. I'm sure he would like to win La Liga, Copa del Rey, League, different titles than, of course, the League One title every year.
Which is like a given every single year.
So do you guys, I don't know, bro. To be honest, dude, I think if God gives Mbappe a contract right now to sign and he says, listen, you're going to win another World Cup. You're going to be the World Cup top scorer in history, but you're not going to win a Champions League. I think he'll sign it.
Maybe.
What?
Maybe. I mean, I get what you're saying, but then I don't know. I feel like because like World Cup's every 4 years, right? Every single year, it's a disappointment. Like I feel like they'll get to it.
I feel you. I'm just saying, Mbappe's about to be 25, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 24. Let me check. What is Mbappe's age at the moment?
He's not. So
he's 24 and he turns 25 in December. Wow, bro. Mbappe's about to be 25, bro. That's insane.
He's like going through his prime still. So it's kind of like, you gotta
listen. Well, how do you feel, Muchi? How do you feel about, like, as a Barca fan, seeing all these signings? I know you like to say you don't worry about the teams, but you gotta be a little bit like, damn, like, who are we signing?
I'm okay with the players that we're signing because Messi didn't come to Barcelona,
right? Which is great for your squad, which is great for your club, honestly.
I don't know because I felt like, well, that's another topic though, but I feel like Messi could have gave Barcelona 2 good years. But that's besides the fact. Obviously, the space that Barcelona was creating for Messi now is going to be taken care by other players. So we know Barcelona.
You don't think him going would have hindered like other players like Dembele?
I mean, I think Messi and Dembele in Xavi's plan was to play together. But I feel obviously that Messi would have taken minutes away from Gavi. He would have taken minutes away from like other players, of course. I mean, but I feel like Messi would have obviously still be differential. I think he came to the MLS way too young.
You don't think? I would have gone to Saudi Arabia for a year or two and then go to MLS.
I don't know about Saudi Arabia. I don't think he would go that low like others. Yo, who's gonna be Guti? Listen to what Real Madrid is doing. They signed Bellingham, who we're gonna talk about soon. But no Harry Kane. They're gonna sign Joselu next week. I think they're gonna make it official. Joselu.
He's a good backup, a little old.
Exactly. I think he's pretty old. And his team just went to second division, Espanyol de Barcelona. And he got his first call to the national team, which was ridiculous, like a few months ago for the first time, being 34 or 35. Joselu is pretty old, guys.
Oh, he's older than that.
But if you guys sign Joselu, because Karim Benzema F y'all up, dog. Yo, Karim Benzema really said, I'm taking my talents to Saudi Arabia. F your plans. Listen, y'all better go find some 9s. Yo, there are not many top number 9s in the world at the moment.
There's not.
like who's gonna be your nine? Because I mean, I would sign Lautaro if I was Real Madrid. To be honest, I feel like Lautaro is fantastic. Firmino for free. We know he's not a true number nine though. I mean, he can give you 20 goals a year. Yeah, but he's not gonna give you.
Still, I don't think.
He's not gonna give you 35, 40.
No,
Bro,
but
you know that.
he'll give you 15 assists too. You know, like he's kind of like a great value Benzema, if you will. Like he'll won't score as many goals, but he'll just assist as much.
Bro, I think we feel like Firmino is really old, but he's just 31.
But I feel like we need something clinical like up there, you know, because we have too many creators in the midfield. We have Vinny who creates, we have Modric who creates. We need someone clinical. I feel like Rafinha drops too much. He doesn't just. We need someone to stay up there and just score the goals, as opposed to dropping down and helping the midfield out.
Yeah, no, it's a huge void to fill for sure.
Oh,
And
100%.
you know, if it's not Mbappe, they definitely need to.
Agreed.
Like at least go to get Harry Kane if you can't get Mbappe, for example.
The thing is that, bro, like I don't think Real Madrid wants to go through the whole Gareth Bale and Luka Modric thing again with Tottenham. You know, like we know Tottenham. Yeah, Tottenham's president Levy. He's a tough cookie though. But
he's greedy. He's greedy.
Was it 90 million for Harry Kane?
No, bro. They said that they were not They said that they were not gonna listen for anything under 100.
Oh, really?
I mean, 100 is fine for him, I would say.
Yo, but you just spend 103 plus add-ons on Bellingham, which supposedly are gonna go up to like 133, 140 if Bellingham gets in a top 3 Ballon d'Or, if the Bellingham wins a world, you know, the Champions League and stuff like that. Are add-ons that could go really high for a player like Bellingham. But Bellingham is 19. How do you guys feel about Bellingham?
I think it's a good buy. I think it's a great buy. I think it's
a great investment.
Right.
That's how I see it.
Especially under Modric, he's going to learn a lot.
Yeah, he's still young.
We're gonna see what happens with Modric.
You know, there's a lot of pieces in the midfield that can help Bellingham get better. I feel like in Dortmund, it was just him. He didn't have as much help as he's going to have now. So I think having those high quality players on the team right now is going to make his game expand more and have more freedom to be a better player. So
Rios is saying that he would pay 120 plus add-ons for Harry Kane. Oof, that's a lot. 120 for Harry Kane.
He'll give you like what, at least maybe 4 good years.
Who, Harry Kane?
Yeah.
Strikers
he's very underrated though. Like, you know, you think of Harry Kane as like a back to goal 9, like in the area 9, but he could pass, he could head, he could shoot from distance. You know, there's a lot of things that go to Harry Kane's game that are not talked about a lot.
So Harry Kane is going to be 30 next month, at the end of next month. Rios is saying that Jude Bellingham is going to be worth 1 billion in 5 years.
I think kind of like how Gavi and Pedri have that buyout clause. I think
I think they're gonna have the same buyout clause that the Barcelona stars have. But I mean, listen.
Don't you think? Let me ask you this, Mooch. Don't you think if Real Madrid was to sign Harry Kane, that it couldn't turn into kind of like how Lewandowski has turned for Barca? Like, you know,
I think, to be honest with you, I think that Harry Kane is the perfect buy for Real Madrid. I honestly think that Harry Kane is the perfect player for Real Madrid.
You just get Harry Kane as backup. That'd be perfect.
And then I don't know, dude. To be honest, we know that Real Madrid have been signing a lot of like young talents like over. They know they spent 60 million on Endrick too, you know, who's going to get there in 2025 if I'm not mistaken, because he's 16 years old. But you guys, like we're only on June 15th, and we know this goes until the last few weeks, last day of August, right? But apparently there are people close to the club saying that they're gonna go for Joselu and that they're not going to go for either Kane or Lautaro. And if they saying that they're not gonna even pay that much money for Kylian Mbappe, like how would you guys feel with just Vini, Rodrigo, and Joselu as the starting 9? Because you guys lost Mariano, you guys lost Asensio, you guys lost Hazard, and let's be honest, guys. Yes, Jude Bellingham is so nice and crispy, you guys need a 9. You guys need a real
No,
9.
no,
Like
we
you
need a
guys
9.
need a striker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need a 9. I
I
mean,
don't know. I think that's what
you could put like Valverde in the right and then Rodrigo up the middle, but I mean, I wouldn't want that personally.
Would you guys be comfortable with just Joselu?
No.
No, I think Florentino's gonna pull something off. And surprise us all. But
I agree.
Jose is not the answer. I mean, he kind of like a would be kind of like how Mariano has been for the last couple of seasons. Play Copa del Rey matches. Play the lower bottom teams kind of thing.
Right. I don't know.
Interesting.
I like his game. I like Jose Lu.
I mean, yeah, but he's not your
great.
starter. Like he's not.
No, not at all.
He's not gonna score 30 goals, and
If he gives us 10 this year, I'll be great with that.
I mean, that sounds like a freaking great number, yo, for Joselu. I mean, it's 35, but he did score a little over that with Espanyol, though. So
he's kind of been a late bloomer, though. If you notice, he wasn't as good as he is now in terms of scoring. Like I don't know.
He's a big body in the box. I like that.
Well, he did a bunch of years in Newcastle, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, he played in the.
So this is Joselu's career, right? He did Celta de Vigo, Real Madrid, Hoffenheim, Frankfurt, Hanover. He did Stoke City for 2 years. Then he did Deportivo La Coruña, and then in Newcastle, he played 46 games and only scored 6 goals. And then his prime came in 2019 to 2022 in Deportivo Alavés, where he played 110 games but scored 36 goals. I mean, that's not bad. But I do agree with what you guys are saying. Like, yo, like if they really do finish the transfer window with just Joselu at the top, that's weird.
I don't think it'll happen. I think we have two more good signings.
I think.
Would you guys accept this year to be a transition year? Just go with Joselu and the Uruguayan striker from La Cantera. What's his name? The really tall guy, Alvaro. I think his name is Alvaro.
Alvaro, yeah. The curly hair.
Yeah, so you guys will do Joselu and Alvaro, and then get Mbappe for free next year. But you guys are throwing this year to shit. Like, would you guys sign on that?
That doesn't exist in Real Madrid.
Yeah, not especially from what I hear. What Fiorentina was after that 4-0. I heard he was just gonna say, "F it." This year we're gonna fucking blow a bag with that.
I mean, yo, they already blown a bag. Like, I mean, I think it was 15 million for the right back from Rayo Vallecano. What's his name? Sorry, for the left back. And they brought back Ibrahim, which is nothing. They're gonna bring back Joselu, which is gonna be like 5 million. I mean, so 20 million.
Alvaro gets called up to the first team this season, upcoming.
I think he's gonna get called up to Joselu, only if Joselu like comes, which I think is gonna happen. But guys, I read today, right, that Real Madrid was thinking of offering Mendy, the left back, which doesn't really count for Carlos Ancelotti, Eduardo Camavinga, and 150 million for Kylian Mbappe. How would you guys feel about that? Would you guys be okay with that? Because yo, with Bellingham coming, and if Modric and Kroos stay, yo, where is Camavinga gonna play in the middle? Because obviously you still have Valverde in there.
Honestly, I wouldn't. Just because, like, I mean, I like players that put the team over themselves. I feel like Mbappe, like, he's not the personality to, not yet at least, to put the team over himself. Camavinga, he plays left back as a midfielder, just to help the team. To me, I love that about him.
Guti, don't you guys feel that the players like are kind of like leaving Real Madrid like a little naked, like a little nude? Because let's see the players that are leaving, that already left, right? Asensio, which he comes off the bench a lot. He's probably the 12th player, right?
He gets a lot though too, like for a bench player. They were not going to renew his contract.
Yeah. So it was Asensio who left. Asensio, Hazard, Mariano. Who else? Benzema was tragic. And then we have Luka Modric and Toni Kroos, who still haven't re-signed the contract because they felt terrible about the 4-0 against Manchester City. And on top of that, there's 4 players that haven't re-signed the contract. So Nacho got offered the first team captain band, which I think is insane because I don't think Nacho is gonna be a starter, but whatever. And then they offered Nacho the first team captain band, and which supposedly he was gonna sign like a 2-year contract or something like that. And then you have Ceballos, who still hasn't cleared his mind up about going to Atletico de Madrid, or like going back to like Arsenal or something, over the Real Madrid contract. So we're talking about, like Real Madrid could probably lose like 6 to like 8 players, like in a transfer window, and you guys are not bringing like quality players on board. Sorry, not quality players, like not like top tier players. That's what I meant.
I think Brahim is a top tier player.
I
think he's better than Ceballos.
I don't think Brahim is better than Ceballos.
I think he's better than Ceballos. I mean,
based on what we saw last season though from Brahim, he can bring a lot as far as filling in those gaps for if Modric and Cruz were to leave. But like Luis mentioned, if Camavinga gets offered with Mendy and 115 for Mbappe, I would do it.
You would do it? Just Mendy?
No, I would do Camavinga as well, because even though Camavinga is putting the team in front of himself, I don't think he would be happy if he continuously played left back. And that would kind of, I think in my mind, would affect his performance, especially after that 4-0.
Yeah.
So
listen, I think that would make Camavinga feel terrible though. Like, because this man Camavinga really was one of Real Madrid key players for this season. Even though it wasn't like a super fantastic season, I mean, I think Real Madrid, in my books, this season Real Madrid had like a solid 6. They made it to the semifinals of the Champions League. They were second in La Liga. They won La Copa del Rey. Like, I think plus, they won the European Super Cup, if I'm not mistaken, and the Club World Cup. Right?
Club World Cup, yeah. 3 trophies.
We're talking about that they had an okay season. The thing is that for Real Madrid, you gotta win La Liga and the Champions League. Like,
it's not even that. I think it's just, I think it's the way they went out. 4-0.
Yeah,
is terrible. Losing the Liga by 14 points, that's terrible. I think it's like those little small details, because I mean, second place is fine, but by 14 to your rivals, and 4-0 in the competition where you shine the most.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. So as of right now, it's obvious that Real Madrid needs players, right? Because, bro, like,
I think we need a right back. 100%, we need a right back.
Carvajal, bro, he's only like 31.
It's not about age. It's just about the drop in quality and the fact that he gets hurt a lot. The best ability is availability.
Let's see, how old really is Carvajal? Yeah, bro, he's 31, and yeah, he turned 31 this January. So you said what?
Top level.
He's not, especially now. Yeah, but the wingers we have nowadays,
and he can't. If he's not on the field.
Rios. Yeah, he's never there.
And with Brahim coming in, I think that's just gonna give Ceballos. Listen, with Brahim, I think that's gonna give Ceballos, and believe it or not, bro, this is gonna give Camavinga a lot to think about, boys. Camavinga is a center midfielder.
I agree.
And I think with Jude Bellingham coming in, and I ask each one of you guys to give me what would your midfield be, I don't think none of you guys would put Camavinga as a starting player.
No, at least not for next season.
So who would be your starting midfielder right now, Luis, for Real Madrid?
Starting midfielder, I would put Kroos, Bellingham, and Tchouaméni.
So you leave Valverde out?
I would do Valverde, Tchouaméni, and Bellingham.
The way Valverde ended last season, it was just, I don't know. He didn't convince me.
So who would that fourth player be then for Luis? I'm guessing the fourth player will be Valverde.
Oh, I mean, I was doing a 4-3-3.
Right. No, of course. So your 3 midfielders, you said Toni Kroos.
He's coming off the bench.
Right. Mm-hmm. So like you guys are telling me that Camavinga is maybe 5th or 6th pick in the midfield.
Yeah, I would say
if he's not starting a left back.
Yeah,
that's the thing, though, bro. Like, why would Camavinga play at left back again?
He's 20 years old, playing in the best club in the world. I would hump.
It just depends on how he's gonna take that. He doesn't like playing left back.
Exactly.
But I think that if they were to talk to him about becoming the left back permanently, I don't see him saying no to that to stay at Real Madrid and start.
At least for now. I feel like the older he gets, the better he gets, and he realizes more clubs want him. I think he'll change his mind. But right now, you're a starter in the biggest club in the world. Why wouldn't you?
Real Madrid apparently signed, a left back, Fran Garcia, which did fantastic for Rayo
I
Vallecano
thought he had
last
a
year.
great season. I always see these things where like people are like, oh, I'd rather have Camavinga as left back. I'd rather have Fran Garcia.
Of course, but that's the thing though. You're signing Fran Garcia to start at the left back, and then you have Mendy, who is a left back, who you won a Champions League with as a left back.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been injured, and then you put Camavinga there like as a little, as a little band-aid, and
Yeah,
Camavinga did well at that position, yes.
right.
But with Fran Garcia coming in, and then you guys sign Fran Garcia as a left back, you guys sign Bellingham in the midfield, bring back Brahim Diaz, and it's like
Oh, it's a lot.
you guys don't really think that Camavinga is like, yo, what the f is happening? Like, where am I gonna play, right? Or you guys don't think that's crossing his mind because he's 20?
I'm gonna go with the second one. I'm gonna go with the fact that right now he's at a stage where he just wants to play. He just wants to be involved in this team and see it succeed. That's me personally, though. I'm also not playing
No,
I
professional.
think
I
it's
feel
definitely
you.
crossing his mind, like where he's gonna fit in the rotation. I feel like he's thinking maybe where am I gonna play? Am I gonna be called upon playing left back, coming in for Fran Garcia if he gets injured or something? If Ceballos gets injured, Brahim gets, it just depends.
So me personally, I think Camavinga is like fourth in the. I put Camavinga this season. I'd rather start him over Modric. So
Guys, keep going. I need to step out 30 seconds. Keep going, Luis.
okay, I agree with you. So for me, for example, like if Kroos and Modric leave this season, I have Tchouaméni, Camavinga, and Bellingham starting. What do you think?
I have Tchouaméni, Bellingham, and Valverde starting, and I think after that 4-0, I think Modric and Cruz are not going to resign.
Really? I think they're going to sign for at least one more season.
You think they're going to like want to get that sour taste out of their mouth?
I think so. I think especially if they do sign Mbappe, just to get that one final Champions League and then retire or maybe go back to their home country.
This man said one more Champions League.
He's a missing piece, dog.
Luis, bro, what do you mean one more Champions League, bro? To be honest, the way that Real Madrid, this is just just a view. The way that Real Madrid lost that game, I felt like it was like an end of cycle type of game, and that's why I think Modric and Toni Kroos are like, yo, I think it's time. Like I see Kroos going to back to Bayern Munich. Why not?
Do you see both of them leaving or one leaving this season and the other one leaving next season?
Yo, I think it's gonna be such a huge hit if both of them leave.
I don't think both will leave.
Oh my god. Yo, let's just put our imagination out there. Yo, if Modric, Toni Kroos, and Ceballos also like leave, the thing is that you brought Brahim, who plays the same position that Ceballos does, bro.
I'm very optimistic. I think if everyone were to leave, I wouldn't be okay with it. I mean, I'd learn to accept it. I'd get over it quick. Just because we have such a young midfield, I would like to see him get minutes. Because you put Modric and Kroos in there, they're losing time. They're taking away minutes from Camavinga starting, taking away from Tchouaméni.
Yeah, and I think
will you guys be okay with that though? Will you guys be okay with that midfield? Tchouaméni, Valverde, Camavinga,
yes.
Bellingham, and Brahim. 5 midfielders for 3 positions.
That's a great rotation.
Good. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I just meant that's a great rotation.
I think the emotional part of me just wants Modric and Kroos to stay, just because they've been on the team for so long. But I think, to me, if they were to leave, it would be the worst thing this year. Just because, we might struggle the first few games of the season, but I feel towards the end they'll glue together and finish strong.
True. So Rio said something really interesting here. He said that Brahim is more of a 10, which is where I see Ceballos at too. But Real Madrid doesn't really play with a 10 unless they're gonna go back to like with 2 in the midfield or with like touch on, which is what I think. I think it's
Camavinga.
gonna be Tchouaméni and Bellingham right next to each other.
That's what I mean. Like, I think it's gonna be more of that, and I think Valverde is gonna be a little bit more higher up, kind of drifting.
Do we see Brahim starting? Like, do you guys see like Brahim as a false nine? Like as a 10?
No, because it would kind of be like how Asensio was. Like I've seen Brahim is kind of like an Asensio kind of player.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't see him starting.
And it didn't really work out well with Asensio as a false nine. So I wouldn't want them to try that.
That would be insane, dude. Like, listen, if Real Madrid really starts the season with Joselu as a 9, I think that'll be very disappointing. like, I think that'll be very disappointing.
I'd rather have Alvaro starting over Joselu, to be honest.
Oh my gosh. And then they gave Rodrigo number 11, which was Asensio's number, right?
Yeah.
And then they gave Vinicius Jr. the mythical number 7 of Real Madrid, which I think I don't think that they should have done that, honestly.
Who would you give it
to? Number 7 is such a mythical name. Right. Sorry, number for Real Madrid, and I think Vinicius is not bringing in the correct vibes, the correct energy right now. Honestly, I just personally think that the players that were number 7 at Real Madrid, they're probably not too happy that Vinicius is wearing number 7 now.
I'm sure they're happy than when Mariano was wearing it.
Oh, of course.
I'm sure they're happier now than have seen number 7 on the bench every single game.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Number 7, 100%. Especially in the past 2 seasons, 4 seasons with him. We've seen number 7 just kind of being in the mud. I'm okay with it.
I personally would have bought a superstar and gave him number 7.
He is a superstar. I'm tired of saying that Vinicius is not a superstar. He's a superstar. 100%.
He's a star. He still needs. To me, like I've been saying show after show. To me, Vinicius Jr. is top 5 players in the world at the moment. I said it plenty. I said it plenty of times.
So
but
to you,
that superstar level, I don't think he's a superstar yet. Yo, he showed up next to Neymar in the NBA Finals, and they said Neymar, soccer superstar, and Bini was right next to him, like.
Well, he's not as big as Neymar, obviously, because Neymar's been in the game way longer.
Yeah, but we're talking about that Vinicius plays for Real Madrid. And this is just to let you know, he's a starter player for Real Madrid. He has fantastic number for Real Madrid for 2-3 years in a row now.
Right.
And he goes to an NBA game and he's not considered a superstar by the world, dude. If he was considered a superstar for the world, don't you think they would have posted Neymar Jr. and Vinicius Jr. soccer superstars?
That's the United States, though. If you go anywhere else in the world that's not here, I'm sure he'd be up there right there. Same exact thing. It'd be Neymar and Vinicius. But you can't base it off of what – because there was a video that came out where people in Miami say, how do you feel about Messi coming to Miami? They're like, who's Messi?
Of course. But come on, Luis, we know that people know who Vini Jr. is. Come on, bro.
Right. We watch it. I mean, I'm sure. But again, you can't base that off of what happens in the United States. So to you, there's no difference between Mbappe, who's a real superstar, and Vinicius. Like, to you, they sit at the same table? Yes, I do. I believe them. So tell me, who do you say is a superstar right now?
Yo, there's of the new stars. There's only 2 people sitting in the same table of superstars: Mbappe and Erling Haaland. And
so there's 2 superstars right now in the world. You don't see De Bruyne as a superstar.
We're talking about like forwards. Well, that's where my idea was from. I mean, if you're talking about like every position, I could probably name you a few more. Right. But like, to me, in the superstar table of like forwards right now, I only see I see Harry Kane, I see Haaland, and I see Kylian Mbappe. To me, Bini, he sits on the table between a star and going to like that table. But I don't know. I think he's one step away from that. But I don't think I'm taking away anything from Bini for saying that. I've been sitting in this show for 23 episodes saying that Bini is top 5 in the world right now.
To me personally, I think if you're top 5, you're a superstar. That's just me though. I think
top five in the year doesn't really make you a superstar. Do you think Kvaratskhelia is a superstar? No. He had a fantastic year with Napoli. He had a better year with Napoli than Vini did with Real Madrid.
He had a good year, yeah. But again, you're talking about the guy who scored the winning goal for the Champions League final.
Yeah, we're talking about like as far as consecutively being good. It's not. It's not like he just started being good this year. Like he's kind of been progressing.
Maybe my definition or where I see a superstar is different than what you see it, Luis. You feel me? Like
maybe.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong because you could.
No, I mean, again,
I can't say that. We all have different opinions, but
it's all perspective based.
Just like we need to ask the fans. Like the Golden Shoe fans, is Vinicius a superstar?
That's a good question.
That is a great question. That is a fantastic question.
We can ask them. And
what do you think, Guti? Because Luis has a point. Luis has a very valid point. I have my opinion. What do you think? Do you consider Vinicius Jr. a superstar?
I mean, it's just kind of like a little biased talking.
I'm also very biased.
Well, try to not be biased. Just say it from a different perspective.
I would say he's a superstar in the making. He's like you said, he's not at Mbappe or Erling Haaland's table just yet. I feel like he still has to take that one bigger step, that puts him at that table, that superstar level. But I think that he has the ability to do that.
100%.
Now, especially with the number 7, he's going to have more pressure. So we're going to see how he deals with that pressure, and if he is truly going to get into that superstar status. I think it's going to be the season that makes him that superstar.
I agree.
That's a good
Luis,
point.
you can't agree with Guti after you disagree with
I agree
saying the same thing.
I go what I say. You can agree with somebody and still have your own opinion.
No, of course, but you're agreeing with somebody that you just disagreed with that had the same idea.
I think Luis was just being a little biased. I think he sees it the same way as I do. I think we want to say he is a superstar because he plays for Real Madrid, and we want him to be successful.
For example, do you guys think Bellingham is a superstar?
No.
I was just being biased when the show
started.
Superstar. He's definitely one of a kind talent that we definitely, like I mentioned, is an investment because he's still so young. We spent so much money on him, but we wouldn't be able to tell if he's truly worth that, maybe until 5 years from now, 6 years from now, to see how it plays out. But he's definitely has superstar talent. He just has to put it on the field and, put Real Madrid on his back because it is going to be a new era,
It is, bro. It is. Yo, it has been 45 minutes off Real Madrid.
Love it.
I mean, to be honest, I love it too. I
know you do. I know you do.
I do. I enjoy talking.
This is his favorite. This is
his favorite topic.
I love this topic, dude. It's fantastic. I love this topic, bro.
No, you do.
This is great. But talking about superstars, don't you guys feel like Manchester City just signed the only player that could actually make this squad better? Manchester City signed Mateo Kovacic from Chelsea for almost 40 million.
You can make it better?
If there was one player that could make Manchester City better, I think that's Mateo Kovacic, yo. Like with Gundogan almost out to Barcelona, with Bernardo Silva seeing what he's gonna do, he has offer from Barcelona, from PSG, from Manchester United, blah blah. Yo, Kovacic is the perfect player to replace Gundogan. He's younger. He could. I think Kovacic under Pep is gonna be a monster, yo.
I think he'll be good. I don't.
That's a great fit.
You said what, Guti?
That's a great fit for that system.
Yes,
and because he's a tank. Like he can run 90 minutes plus extra time, and he's still gonna be sprinting down on defense, to stop a counterattack. That's the kind of player he is. So I think. Like you mentioned, I think if when it's all said and done, he's probably going to be the most underrated signing.
Guti, just think about this, right? Let's say Gundogan ends up staying, right? With this formation that Guardiola is using, Kovacic can easily play what John Stones is playing.
Yep.
Bro,
exactly what I think they're going to do with him.
You think that's exactly what's going to happen?
That's exactly when I think that was his thought process in signing him. It's like to get
putting him there,
midfielder to play that Stones position.
Wow, yo, Luis, what other players do you think that can make this Manchester City better? I see. Just to give you an idea, Luis, I think Pep does not want Jack Grealish to continue at Man City.
Really?
I think so. I think there's something about Jack Grealish.
He just had his best season, though.
Yeah, he's coming into a groove with Man City because it's completely different from when he was at Villa. Like at Villa, it was him running the show.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one scoring, assisting, and now at City, he's kind of taking like a step back, and he's more of like a role player.
Baguti, I was watching. Well, I watched Man City's whole season. You guys know I'm a huge Guardiola follower, but Jack Grealish, he does fantastic for Pep defensively. But offensively, we know Guardiola likes some fire on the wings, bro. Like Guardiola had Thierry Henry, like Guardiola had Ribery, Guardiola had monsters on the left wing. Like to a point where Sterling under Guardiola was magnificent as a left wing. And I feel like Grealish gives Guardiola the defensive that he wants from a winger.
Exactly. That's why he played.
But exactly. See, Guti's on the correct wavelength today, dog. And listen, if Neymar goes to City, what are we talking about? We're probably talking about one of the best teams of all time.
I mean, you count what players can really make this team even better than they already are because they just won the treble too. It's like
true.
Like how much better can they become?
Do you guys think Neymar could make this Man City team better at that left wing for Grealish?
I don't think so.
I think it'll take a step back because Neymar, unlike Grealish, is not going to come down and defend for you.
Right, he's not.
And Pep doesn't, Pep is not. I don't think that's going to work out for Pep.
I don't think so. He's too big of a superstar.
No, I don't see a need for them getting Neymar. I think, like you said, Kovacic is a great signing. But what other players can make Man City try out a treble one more time? In your eyes,
I agree with Guti, man. I would say 1 through 15, they are top 3 in each position. Like even their bench, man. Like
they can run it back with the same team just by adding Kovacic. And if they don't lose either Bernardo Silva or Gundogan, if they keep one of those two and they just run it back, I think they would be fine.
Guti, how do you see the Croatian defender Guardiola? Apparently Man City is gonna offer another 80-90 million for Guardiola. We know he's a top center back. He's very young, 20, 21. I think defensive wise, I think that's the only player that can come in for like Ake or
Yeah, but like how many more defenders do you need to add because they already have Akanji, Ruben Diaz, Ake.
Well, Laporte apparently is leaving for. Laporte apparently he's leaving. He has a year left on the contract, so they gotta sell him this year if they want to make money off him. And there are teams that already offer 15, 18, 20 million for Laporte.
Going back to Spain.
I mean Barcelona, I think is looking for a left-footed center back. So, I mean Laporte for 15, 20 million, bro. That's a steal.
He usually have a good defense.
Problems. He has defense already problems, but I mean, he's solid when he's on the field. But that's the thing is like when he's on the field.
Yeah, when he's on the field.
It's like no availability.
You guys imagine City signing the 2 Croatians, dog? Guardiola.
It's like
oh my god, bro!
Favored to win the treble again, and they probably would. To be honest, like.
Guti, I understand Guardiola. Like, I understand Guardiola winning 2 trebles in in 12, 13 years, because I think that's been 14 years, right? Let's just say 2 trebles in 15 years. Yo, 3 trebles? That's just too much, Guti, bro. Like that's just too much. Where do you put
I mean,
Guardiola?
he can
Where do
do it.
you,
They have the team to do it. They have the team to run it back. You know, of course, keeping a few key pieces like Gundogan was huge for them this year.
Yeah.
I
huge?
think he's the most underrated player on that team because when you talk about Manchester City, you talk about De Bruyne, Haaland. You know, you don't really talk about Gundogan or hear people talking about Gundogan, but his impact, he's definitely the reason why they won the treble, I would say.
Let's talk about, we got 10 minutes left. Sorry, Luz, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, and he always shows up at the end of the season when needed the most. Because last year, same thing. Had a slow start of season. At the end of the season, he was just scoring 2-3 goals a game.
He just I don't know. He's a great player.
Big team player.
Watch, he's just world class.
True. Guys, let's talk. We got 10 minutes left, and we just talked about we just pretty much talked about the sorry
Best
guys.
team in the world.
We just pretty much been talking about City and Real Madrid, right? But you guys just talked about a key player with Ilkay Gundogan, captain of the Manchester City treble winner and all that good stuff. And they're on the verge. Sorry, he's on the verge of signing for free for Barcelona. How do you guys see this move? Like, he's 32, so do you guys see this move as something that he needs for his career, like to play on like one of like the big clubs, or you guys think that what he just did at City, like this is it?
If I was him, I would stay.
If you were Ilkay Gundogan, you would stay
I
at
would
City.
stay. I would stay at City.
How come?
Just because you already won it all. You know this system works. You know this whole this formula works. Why would you leave? I would run it back. Maybe win the treble again.
And I feel like he's top level for at least 2 more years. So I don't see why not stay and try to win the treble again, win as much titles as you can. And I mean, Barca's kind of going through a phase where they're going to compete in the Champions League next year, but you got to think about it as Gundogan taking minutes from players like Gavi and Pedri. I don't know if you see it the same way, because
I do. I mean, I don't see Gundogan coming in and benching, to be honest.
No, not at all. I mean,
So what would your midfield be for Barca? Let's say Gundogan signs as free agent.
So with Messi not coming in, I think it's gonna stay the same formation with the 4 midfielders. But we gotta keep in mind that Sergio Busquets left.
Right.
So I think it's gonna be Frankie De Jong playing that five position role.
Yes.
Well, that center defensive mid role. I think it's gonna be Pedri, Gavi, and Gundogan, and then Dembele or Rafinha on the right, and then Lewandowski on top. I think Gundogan is coming in not to replace Sergio Busquets, obviously, but just to be the 4th midfielder. Because the idea was for Messi to be that 4th midfielder and be free with Gavi kind of like helping him defensive wise. Like Gavi was gonna be the player that was gonna do like what Rodri de Paul does in Argentina behind Messi, like just kind of like having his back a lot, defensively. Right. With Gavi obviously being talented enough to do a lot of danger on top, of course. But we know that's why I felt that Messi was gonna be a perfect fit for this Barcelona, at least for 2 years. Because I personally don't think he would have taken away minutes from Gavi, but Messi would have taken minutes away from Dembele or from Rafinha, who I think he has been a fantastic.
From Ferran Torres.
Well, this is the thing though. Ferran Torres and Ansu Fati, apparently they're on the go because Barcelona wants to bring in Roque and they want to bring in.
Did they resign him already?
No. The reports are that the reports for 32 million was that Vitor Roque was already like accepted the offer.
Yeah.
But the only way that Barcelona could bring another forward is if they let go of Ferran or Ansu, because they're not gonna overpopulate the forwards.
I think they're both out. They're more out than in at this point.
Do you guys, as Real Madrid fans, do you guys feel that Ansu Fati, just being 21 years old, leaving Barcelona, I don't want to call it good news for Real Madrid, but do you guys think that Barcelona loses some magic or some power with Ansu Fati leaving?
I think the Ansu Fati situation is much more like what happened with Jose Rodriguez.
We
Because
have said,
the time was Jose Rodriguez was playing great up until the injury happened, and ever
yeah.
since the injury happened, it's just been downfall ever since. And it's unfortunate to see young players take a huge injury like that and then just completely decline. But I think that's the path he's going. I see him going probably to like a mid-table La Liga team. I don't know if you see it the same way. Maybe like I don't know, Betis, some team like that.
I don't see him staying in La Liga.
You think he's gonna go to the Premier League?
I would say Premier League, or you go to France.
Or even like a mid-table Premier League team. So I can see why Lewis is saying that. Maybe like a Fulham, maybe like a
Maybe like Aston Villa.
Berg, even Villa too. Because Villa, even speaking of Villa, I think Yuri Tillemans just signed as a free agent.
Yeah.
With Leicester going
Crazy, dude. Tillemans for free. Even Tillemans would have been perfect at Man City as well. Like Tillemans is that type of player. All right, guys. So we got 5 minutes left, and we know it's Lewis's first show. So we got a tier list for you, Lewis.
Ooh, nervous.
Woo! Our famous.
All right, let's do it, bro.
I know you've been wanting to do this for a while, man.
Okay.
So here we got on our tier list, right? This is for all of our friends that we have played for over the years. So we got Balón de Oro de SAC, Always on My Team, Pure Heart, Last Pick, and He's a Great Friend.
All
right, Luis. So we got Adrian.
Adrian. Which version of Adrian? Defensive Adrian or goalie Adrian?
You pick which Adrian. I do think that he's a great friend, though.
He is a great friend. No, he never shows up. He never talks. I'm gonna go with Last Pick.
Last Pick. All right. Where do you put Brian Bajorquez? Another mall cup.
All right. So before we continue, right? So Balón de Oro SEC doesn't mean the best player. It means the one who showed up every single time, right?
No.
That's what I'm gonna do, right? So Brian, I'm gonna go with Pure Heart, just because he was a little chubby kid running down that field every single time.
He still is pretty chubby, yeah.
All right,
so wait, Lewis, just so for our viewers to know, how are you placing them? Like, what does this list mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot.
But Balón de Oro de SAC, what does that mean to you?
Okay, so I mean, it's someone who was like, when I think of Balón de Oro SAC, I think of a particular Ecuadorian who was there every single week, rain, shine, whatever, hailstorm. He was there every single week playing. I don't think it's the best player because, I mean, you could have the best player being Davey, who went once every 2-3 months.
Okay, so what does Always on My Team mean to you?
Oh, that's like the best players. Like, hey, I don't give a fuck what goes on. They're on my team.
So what does Pure Heart mean to you?
Pure Heart, hey, you were there. You weren't the last pick. You weren't the first pick. But you were just like, hey,
All right. And Last Pick, obviously, is very...
Last pick. And great friend, it was like, hey, we just need to fill a body.
Oof. That's tough. All right, so we got Kevin Bugalo next. Bugalulu.
I think Kevin had like a 2-week prime. I'm going to go with Pure Heart as well.
Pure Heart. This man said a 2-week prime. Oh, man. Here we got Christian Cami.
Pure Heart as well, man.
Pure Heart, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what a great OG, bro.
Who's that?
Nico. Nico.
Hey.
Nico Carci, bro.
Balón de Oro SAC, dog.
Right. We got Jonathan Cardenas.
John, back then, I'm gonna go last pick.
Yo, I cannot like be more on terms with you in this one, bro. Like, John, I don't know why John thinks that he was good.
He was not good.
His game evolved.
Oh my God, John was not good.
Guti, John was. Oh my God, he's not here today. Mr. Chelsea's not here today. But
here
we got Carlos Cami, the other brother.
Carlos Cami. I'm gonna go with Always on My Team.
I agree with you. Then you got Davey Sanchez.
Always on my team.
We got Eddie Elosito Ramirez.
I'm gonna go with Eddie. I never like personally. He's probably not watching because he doesn't support his boys. I never put Eddie up like top. I'm gonna go with pure heart, even though he doesn't run back on defense ever.
True. We got Enrique Barriga.
That's a great friend.
Enrique. You say what?
Great friend.
Oh my God. Then we got someone who's on the show today, Steven Guti.
Oof.
Luis, are you picking winger Guti or are you picking goalie Guti?
All right, so Winger Guti is going as a great friend. No, but goalkeeper Guti, I'm going to pure heart.
So where are you putting him?
I'm going to pure heart. Just because you chipped him, and that lost a lot of cred.
Oh man, here we got Juan Torres.
Oh, Juan, I'm gonna go pure heart as well.
All right, we got Christian Quiroga.
My son, I'm gonna go great friend.
Great friend. Yo, Luis, do you remember Chris Mendoza's prime, dog?
Yeah, he always on my team.
Oh man, Chris Mendoza's
He was
prime.
nasty. And then
Yo, have you played with Nico?
Yeah, Nico's good. Nico's really good. I'm gonna go with.
You played with him before? Yeah.
Yeah. Nico's really good. I'm gonna go with always on my team as well.
Where would you put yourself?
I go Ballon d'Or. I was there right with Carchi every single weekend.
That's true. And then you got Felipe Ramis, aka on Instagram at Piro Ramis. Y'all follow me, aka me. Where am I?
I'm gonna go just based on that one summer that we had together, where we were there every single day. Again, Ballon d'Or, SAC.
Oh snap! Yeah.
If it was just based on skill, I'll pick.
Yeah. Okay. Where would you put your compatriota, bro? Ricardo. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with always on my team. He was nasty too. Rios always on my team.
And then Walter Lopez.
Ooh, Walter, he used to go a lot too.
Yo, there was a moment where Walter, like, you needed this man on defense. Like, if he was there, like, yo, we good.
A rock. He used to. Yeah, I remember one time he bodied the shit out of Quiroga, bro. Back when Kiki had braces. I'm gonna go with always my team as well.
All right, Luis. So this is your list.
I need your opinions. How are we feeling about that?
Guti, how do you feel about this one, though?
I don't know. I mean,
I love that. I love the picture for Guti. Look at that.
Yo, Guti's picture is A1.
I like it. All right, Guti, what would you choose?
That's like my prime.
That was his prime. Oh,
is this a show you where Muchi chipped you?
I always
chip him.
Bro, I always chip him, bro.
All right, what would you change? Let me see.
Bro, we already... Luis, we can't just change your stuff.
I mean, what would you like? What do you like about it? What would you change? What would you
I would change Kevin for
last pick
or Kiki. I would pick no. Kevin wouldn't be a last pick. He would be in great friend. Like, we need that extra player.
But this was SAC. Kevin had a decent 2-week prime where he was scoring, he was running, and he got fat. Kiki back then was just 2 left feet, bro.
So you're saying that Kiki has improved with time?
Yeah. Or he just
kind of like
I can see
like
that.
John.
This is SAC, right? This is like 10 years ago. Yeah,
this is SAC prime.
Yeah, Kiki was trash back then.
True. Let's get trash. Yo, Luis, talking about before we end the show. Don't you think? Do you remember that one time we were playing on the long field?
Oh my God, bro! This is like where you fouled the crap out of me. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember. Yo, Luis was feeling himself, like he was just running with the ball a lot, and I was like,
scored. I just assisted. There was like a baddie watching me.
This man was running down the line, right? And he like assisted, like he said, like he scored a goal, and he was just feeling good, like he was like smiling and stuff, like he was touching the ball and passing it back. I'm like, all right, this man's feeling good today. Luis, dog. Bro, this man Luis was just running down the field, and I slid tackle that shit.
Straight from my ankles, bro. Then he touched the ball.
Bro, I got all ball.
Bro, straight ankles, bro.
No.
Hey, you know why?
You kept
'Cause it was
playing like
turn-
nothing. It was fine.
I was high. What you mean? I was about.
I mean, you were upset, yeah, but
Yeah.
I always remember that moment, bro. Like it was just one of those core memories, bro.
That was your prime, dog. That's when you
Oh,
peaked.
man. I had other peaks, but that was a peak. That was a good
Like the penalty kick for Piper.
Oh, yo, we should get some Piper people here to talk about that penalty miss, dog. Anyways, yo, boy, that was a great hour and 5 minutes. We talked, yo, it was probably our first like 90% Real Madrid show ever.
We should do it more often.
That's why it's been your favorite show thus far.
Yeah, it has. Look at him. He's still blushing.
All right, guys. So it was the end of the season show, pretty much. We had a few people missing. We're glad Lewis is here. And we're next time we see each other, we're gonna be talking a lot about new transfers and all that good stuff.
It's like the best time of the year.
Transfer. All right, yo, boys. Thank you so much for being here, Luis, Guti. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Peace.